बच्चों, how are you? I welcome you all to today's online class. In our previous class, we were learning about Bajendri Pal's Everest Mary Shikhar Yatra, and you learned that how difficult it was for climbing Mount Everest and how she became successful and the first Indian lady to climb Mount Everest. Today, we are moving on to another session of our online class, and that is the grammar. Previously, we learned Shabd and Pad, which is new to you. Previously, it was in 10th standard. Now, we are going to do the second lesson in the grammar, and that is अर्थ के आधार पर वाक्यों के भेद. Differentiating the sentences according to the meaning. You will learn that how many sentences are there, what all kinds of sentences are there, and everything. So, let us move on to the grammar class and learn what are different sentences. Okay. See children, I'll give you example before starting our class. See, here you can see one sentence there. It is not a sentence, some words there. Raha khel mohan hai cricket. Is there any meaning there? They are words, but it is not a proper word. It is in the form of a sentence, but it is not a sentence. You cannot make like this a sentence. So what is said like here? उपर्युक्त पंक्ति शब्दों का समूह होकर भी भाषा नियमों के अनुसार वाक्य नहीं है, क्योंकि इस पंक्ति में सार्थक शब्दों का समूह होने पर भी शब्द क्रमबद्ध एवं व्यवस्थित नहीं होने के कारण यह वाक्य नहीं है. You can see their sentence. Meaning is also there. Raha, khel, mohan, hai, cricket. All the words are having meaning. But it is not in order. It is not in a grammatical rule. So you cannot say this as a sentence. A sentence means when you put everything in a rule, in a proper method. Okay, earlier we learned what is Shabd and what is Pad. Pad is Vakya. When Shabd is joining of the letters together, and when you make a meaningful word with joining the letters, then only it is a word. And Pad also same, when you are joining the words properly in a grammatical word. जब शब्दों का समूह को एक सार्थक बनता है तब पद बनता है. So without meaning you cannot make a sentence. Here also same. उपर्युक्त पंक्ति शब्दों का समूह होकर भी भाषा नियमों के अनुसार वाक्य नहीं है. It is not a proper presentation, so it is not a sentence. Next what they are saying, क्योंकि इस पंक्ति में सार्थक शब्दों का समूह होने पर भी शब्द क्रमबद्ध एवं व्यवस्थित नहीं होने के कारण वाक्य नहीं है. Why it is not a sentence? It is not a sentence because it is not kramabandh, it is not arranged properly. Until and unless you arrange a word properly in a grammatical rule, it is not a sentence. In English also same. You cannot call a sentence without meaning. You put a lot of words together without any meaning. It is not sentence. If you are putting words, the words are having meaning, but it is not arranged properly. It is not a sentence. Okay, is it clear? Now next see what all things are coming in this. See the next line. इसके स्थान पर मोहन क्रिकेट खेल रहा है. The first sentence in the red we say रहा खेल मोहन है cricket. When we presented it in a normal proper way, like मोहन cricket खेल रहा है, so it is a sentence. See, उपर्युक्त वाक्य क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों का समूह है, अतः यह वाक्य है. So what is a वाक्य? वाक्य क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों का समूह है. मोहन क्रिकेट खेल रहा है is a proper presentation because meaning everything is correct. All the things are having meaning. सार्थक शब्दों का समूह है, क्रमबद्ध है. It is arranged properly, it is proper and it is having meaning. So it is a sentence. Okay. Now what will be the definition? क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों के समूह को वाक्य कहते हैं. What is it? क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों के समूह को वाक्य कहते हैं. A meaningful, arranged words put together is called a sentence. Okay, क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों के समूह को वाक्य कहते हैं. Don't forget that. So what is a sentence? What is a वाक्य? क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों के समूह को वाक्य कहते हैं. When you are asked what is a vakya, you have to write like this. Okay, with example. Sometimes this kind of questions will be asked, so you have to be thorough with this. Okay. So क्रमबद्ध व्यवस्थित एवं सार्थक शब्दों के समूह को वाक्य कहते हैं. I put this like this because you have to understand what is a vakya, what is a sentence. So that's why to understand but in a better way, I put it like this. Okay, so you have to be clear with it. Okay. Now we will see the kinds of sentences. You learned what is a sentence. Now we will learn the kinds of sentences. So the topic is अर्थ के आधार पर वाक्य का भेद. भेद means the kinds. So how it is transformed? Let us see. वाक्य को दो आधारों पर बांटा गया है. A sentence is divided into two. अर्थ के आधार पर and रचना के आधार पर. अर्थ के आधार पर means meaning, in the meaning, and rachna means the formation. That rachna के आधार पर is for 10th standard, not for you. For you only अर्थ के आधार पर. You have to study only अर्थ के आधार पर वाक्यों का भेद. The rachna के आधार पर is for 10th standard. So that we will not do now. We will learn only what अर्थ के आधार पर. So अर्थ के आधार पर the sentence is divided into 8 parts. Okay. So what is the first one? First one is विधानवाचक, declarative. निषेधवाचक, saying no. प्रश्नवाचक, question. आज्ञावाचक, order. इच्छावाचक, इच्छावाचक means wish. The sixth one is Sandeh Vachak. When we are having some doubts, that is Sandeh Vachak. Sanket Vachak. Sanket means when you are pointing it something. Then Vismayadi Bodhak Vachak. Vakya. Vismay means from Vismay only you will understand what is Vismay. When exclamatory, when it is like oh, array and all you are saying, that time exclamation. So exclamatory sentence. It is Vismayadi Bodhaksa. Okay. So we will study one by one differently in how it is the definition and how it is formed. We will see what all things are there which make these sentences. Okay, so the 8 kinds of sentence we are going to learn. Next, we will take one by one. First, we will take Vidhan Vachak Vakya and understand what is Vidhan Vachak. So, Vidhan Vachak Vakya. What is Vidhan Vachak? See the examples there. Example is given. रोहन बगीचे में बैठकर पुस्तक पढ़ रहा है. Rohan is sitting in the garden and reading book. रोहन बगीचे में बैठकर पुस्तक पढ़ रहा है. Sitting in the garden, Rohan is reading book. This sentence can be presented like this also. So, रोहन बगीचे में बैठकर पुस्तक पढ़ रहा है. Rohan is sitting in the garden and reading book. So, work is going on there. So, what is said? वाक्य में पुस्तक पढ़ने का कार्य होने का अर्थ प्रकट हो रहा है. उपर्युक्त वाक्य में, उपर्युक्त means the above sentence. See, the above sentence is telling us some work being done. पढ़ने का कार्य. What work is going on? पढ़ने का, reading. The boy Rohan is reading. So, it is suggesting that one work is going on. So, that is reading. So, he is reading. So, that work is been mentioned here. So, अर्थ प्रकट हो रहा है, अतः यह विधान वाचक है. So, it is a विधान वाचक वाक्य. वाक्य में पुस्तक पढ़ने का कार्य होने का अर्थ प्रकट हो रहा है. Reading book is mentioned here. So, that is Vidhan Vachak Vakya. So, now what is the paribhasha or what is the definition of Vidhan Vachak? See, जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य का करने या होना सामान्य रूप से प्रकट हो, उसे विधानवाचक वाक्य कहते हैं. See the definition you have to study, you have to write down. Okay. So, जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य का करना या होना सामान्य रूप से प्रकट हो, उसे विधानवाचक वाक्य कहते हैं. When in a sentence a particular work is mentioned or done, that simple sentence is called विधानवाचक वाक्य. Okay. जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य का करने या होना, any work is there or any work is mentioned here in the sentence, that sentence is called विधानवाचक. See the example. मोहन क्रिकेट खेल रहा है. गीता ने दौड़ में प्रथम स्थान प्राप्त किया. मोहन क्रिकेट खेल रहा है. What is Mohan doing? Mohan is playing cricket. Here cricket is the, खेल is the verb there. The verb is mentioned there. What is the karya? What is the work doing? He is playing cricket. It is mentioned here what Mohan is doing. Next sentence, what is it? गीता ने दौड़ में प्रथम स्थान प्राप्त किया. Which was the action there? दौड़. And in that, what did she secure? She secured first position. So it is mentioned what is that. Okay, so whenever a work or a verb is mentioned in a sentence, it is called a vidhanvachak sentence. Vidhanvachak वाक्य. See the definition once again. जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य का करना या होना सामान्य रूप से प्रकट हो, उसे विधानवाचक वाक्य कहते हैं. Understood? So the example also you have to write down. Okay, and how you will understand it when there is a work mentioned in a sentence, then it is vidhanvachak. So when you are told to find what is if it is a vidhanvachak or not, what you have to see first, you have to see first whether in that sentence there is any work mentioned. Is there any verb there? If you find any work mentioned there, any karya karna means the verb. So action. If there is any action mentioned in the sentence, then it is a vidhanvachak sentence. Okay, this way you can find out. Okay. So the second one, now we will do the second one. So second one is nishedvachak vakya. By the meaning of the sentence, you can make it out. See, nishedh karna. Nishedh. In Malayalam also you are saying nishedh kiya. So nishedh. What is nishedh? Say no. See the example there. Ravi is karya ko nahi karega. Nahi is coming there. Okay. See, उपर्युक्त वाक्य में नकारात्मक भाव अर्थात कार्य के नहीं होने का अर्थ प्रकट हो रहा है. What is being said here in the above sentence? It is mentioned that a work is not to be done. Ravi is कार्य को नहीं करेगा. Ravi is not going to do this work. When the negative is coming there, or when there is saying no to it, then it is called nishedhatmak vakya. So what will be the definition of it? जिस वाक्य में किसी नकारात्मक भाव अर्थात क्रिया के न होने का बोध हो, उसे निषेधात्मक वाक्य कहलाता है, या वह निषेधात्मक वाक्य कहलाता है. When in a sentence there it is no to not to be done, no is said or not to be, no, work not to be done, you can understand that it is nishedhatmak vakya. Okay, see the examples. Now we will see the example. The example is वह विद्यालय नहीं जाएगा. See, नहीं is coming there. Next sentence, उसे कुछ दिखाई नहीं देता है और दे रहा है. So नहीं is coming. वह खेल नहीं खेलेगा. If we make our own sentence, we can say this also. वह काम नहीं करेगा. वह उसके घर नहीं जाएगा. When this nahi is coming, you understand that this is nishedvachak vakya. Okay, so nishedh means ना करना, नहीं करना. जिस वाक्य में किसी नकारात्मक भाव अर्थात क्रिया के न होने का बोध हो, वह निषेधवाचक वाक्य कहलाता है. When in a sentence there is work not to be done, or when there is no is coming, when there is a negative is coming, then that is called nishedvachak. Example, वह विद्यालय नहीं जाएगा, वह खेलने नहीं जाएगा, उसे कुछ दिखाई नहीं देता है, वह देख नहीं सकता है. All this you can see. Okay, so these are the things that you have to remember. Okay, you can find out this sentence when there is nahi is there. When nahi is coming, you can see that it is nishedvachak vakya. Okay. Next comes prashnavachak vakya. See, the meaning itself you can find out. Prashnavachak. Prashna means prashna uttar we are saying. So same. Prashnavachak means question. So प्रश्नवाचक, see the example. क्या तुम बाजार जाओगे? क्या तुम मेरे साथ आओगे? क्या तुम मेरे घर चलोगे? See, all these are questions. The question mark is there. Okay, so that means that it is a question. Okay, see, उपर्युक्त वाक्य में प्रश्न पूछने का अर्थ प्रकट हो रहा है, इसलिए इस वाक्य को प्रश्नवाचक वाक्य कहा जाएगा. So from the sentence, when it is mentioned that question is asked, so that kind of sentence will be prashnavachak. Okay, what is the definition here? जिस वाक्य में किसी से कोई प्रश्न किया जाए वह प्रश्नवाचक वाक्य कहलाता है. When in a sentence we ask a question to others, or when we make a question, it is called prashnavachak vakya. And how the example will be? See, let us see the example here. तुम्हारा नाम क्या है? दिल्ली कौन जा रहा है? We can make more questions. तुम कहाँ जाओगे? तुम्हारे घर कहाँ है? तुम्हारा पिता कौन है? तुम्हारे दोस्त का नाम क्या है? Many questions can be asked. So this type of question is called prashnavachak vakya. Whenever there is a question mark coming, you understand that that sentence is prashnavachak vakya. See, some examples will be given like this, and you will be asked to do what? To identify the sentences, whether it is prashnavachak, whether it is vidhanvachak, or like that. So this is the easy method to find out. Okay, when question mark is there, it is called prashnavachak. Okay, when a simple sentence is there, it is vidhanvachak. What is vidhanvachak? I told earlier, when a particular work is mentioned there, it is called vidhanvachak. And the second one was nishedvachak. When there is no is saying, when there is nahi is coming, it is called nishedvachak. And here now the third one, question is asked, so it is called prashnavachak. Okay, you remember all these things what I am saying. Okay, so carefully you have to listen how it is identified. Okay, now the fourth one, आज्ञावाचक वाक्य. आज्ञा देना. What is the meaning of it? आज्ञा, to give order. आप सभी अपने अपने घर चले जाओ. तुम भी अपने बस में जाओ. तुम चुप रहो. तुम क्यों बात कर रहे हो? तुम्हारे यहां रहना ठीक नहीं. तुम जाओ. See, when an order is given, सब शांत रहो. So when an order is given, see from the sentence example, see, आप सभी अपने अपने घर चले जाओ. This sentence is saying what? One order is given. वाक्य में घर चले जाने का आदेश दिया गया है, इसलिए आज्ञावाचक वाक्य है. In the sentence, one आज्ञा is given, so that is why it is called आज्ञावाचक. What is the definition? जिस वाक्य में आदेश, अनुमति, प्रार्थना या निवेदन का अर्थ प्रकट हो उसे आज्ञावाचक वाक्य कहते हैं. When in a sentence, when order is given, when a request is made, when permission is there, when so all these things are there, then it is आज्ञावाचक. आदेश means order, anumati means permission, prarthana means request, nivedan also pledge or please. Okay, request. Prarthana ya nivedan means request. Okay, so when in a sentence it conveys all these things, then it is आज्ञावाचक संज्ञा, आज्ञावाचक वाक्य. जिस वाक्य में आदेश, अनुमति, प्रार्थना या निवेदन का अर्थ प्रकट हो उसे आज्ञावाचक वाक्य कहते हैं. Okay, now we will see the examples. See the examples. सभी अपने अपना काम करो. All of you do your work. इस पाठ को पढ़ो. Read this lesson. कृपया बैठ जाइए. Sit down. आप वहां जा सकते हो. You can go there. So all these sentences are given order. Teachers coming to the class and asking, तुम बातें क्यों करते हो? तुम चुप रहो. तुम बैठ जाओ. वहां क्यों जा रहे हो? वहां मत जाओ. See, all these are the orders, आदेश. And how you will make the request? क्या तुम यहाँ आ सकते हो? क्या तुम ये पुस्तक दे सकते हो? क्या मुझे एक पेंसिल मिलेगी? So this is the request. निवेदन, तुम मुझे एक मदद कर सकते हो? When pleading, when you are using please, so this kinds of sentence formation is called आज्ञावाचक वाक्य. You have to remember this thing. Okay, when आदेश is made, anumati is there, प्रार्थना is there, nivedan is there, it is called आज्ञावाचक. काम करो, पाठ पढ़ो, जाइए, बैठ जाइए, जा सकते हो. All these are order. When from the sentence you understand that it is an order, order sound is coming, then it is called आज्ञावाचक. By the meaning itself you can make out. आज्ञा. Okay, आज्ञा देना. So this is way you can find out. Okay. Next. Now the fifth one. इच्छावाचक वाक्य. इच्छा. What is इच्छा? Like. Wish. See, ईश्वर आपको सफल करे. Blessing. उपर्युक्त वाक्य में सफल होने की इच्छा या कामना की गई है, अतः यह इच्छावाचक वाक्य है. In the above sentence, what is mentioned? इच्छा, सफल हो, succeed. May God bless you. Wish you success. So this meaning is coming from that. So that is called इच्छावाचक. What is the definition? जिस वाक्य में किसी की मनोकामना, मंगल कामना, आशीर्वाद का अर्थ प्रकट हो वह इच्छावाचक वाक्य कहलाता है. मनोकामना means a fulfillment, your wish fulfillment. मंगल कामना means blessing or any good happens. See, in a wedding we don't say bad, we say wish you a prosperous life. So when good things come, you wish them. Ashirvad, blessing. So when in a sentence you understand all these things, then that is called what? Ichhavachak. See, by your wish, by your like, you are saying that one. So when you are saying such kind of sentence, it is called Ichavachak. So what is the examples? Let us see. Now see the example here. Aapki yatra mangalmay ho. Whenever we are going for a journey, anyone is going for a journey, we will say, I wish you a happy journey. So same thing. Aapki yatra mangalmay ho. Happy journey. ईश्वर तुम्हें दीर्घायुष दे. Wish God bless you. God bless you. Dirghayu means long live. God bless you, long life. आपका नव वर्ष का हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. Happy New Year. ईसा मसीह का जन्मदिन मुबारक हो. Happy Christmas. Eid Mubarak. Happy Eid. So all such kinds of things are called Ichavachak. Any blessings, any wish. Whenever from our heart we are wishing them, all these things are called what? It is Ichavachak. So what will be the definition? Once again we will see. जिस वाक्य में किसी का मनोकामना, मंगल कामना या आशीर्वाद का अर्थ प्रकट हो, वह इच्छावाचक वाक्य कहलाता है. Okay, don't forget that one. Next. Now next one is Sandehvachak. Sandeh. From the meaning itself we can understand what is Sandeh. Sambhavataha. Sandeh. Doubt. Okay. So what example see? Sambhavata aaj barsat aayegi. Maybe when May is coming, maybe it rain today. May he come today. So when May is using there, that time it is called Sandehvachak. So doubt is there. See, in the above sentence what they are saying? वाक्य में बरसात के होने का अनिश्चितता होने का कारण संदेह प्रकट किया है, अतः यह संदेशवाचक वाक्य है. In this above sentence, rain may come. It is a forecast that rain may come. So they are doubting. May come, may not come. So when this meaning is there, it is called the Sandehvachak. It became a Sandehvachak sentence. What is the definition? जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य के होने या होने में संदेह हो, वह संदेहवाचक वाक्य कहलाता है. जिस वाक्य में किसी कार्य के होने में संदेह हो. When there is a doubt in a work to be done or work to be happen, that case it is a Sandehvachak vakya. Let us see the examples. संभवतः मैं जीत जाऊंगा. I may win. कदाचित उसने कार्य किया ही ना हो. कार्य किया ही ना. कदाचित here is doubting. He may not have done the work. In that meaning. शायद आज मोहन विद्यालय नहीं आएगा. मोहन may not come to the school. शायद आज हिंदी का क्लास नहीं होगा. Today हिंदी class may not be there. शायद आज काम ना हो. Today work may not be done. शायद माँ घर में ना होगी. Mother may be not there in the house. So when the may is coming, doubt is coming, that is what Sandehvachak. Okay, you remember that one. When doubt is coming, doubt, happen or not happen, that time it is Sandehvachak. Okay, got it? Now the seventh one, Sanketvachak. Sanket means what? Sanket means pointing towards something. Okay. So see the sentence example. यदि तुम मेहनत करोगे तो अवश्य सफल हो जाओगे. If you work hard, you will win definitely. You will succeed definitely. If is coming, saying something that if you are doing this one, you will become better. If you are doing like this, you will be becoming better. So, pointing something. So, in that case, it is a Sanket Vachak. Above sentence, what is it saying? उपर्युक्त वाक्य में एक क्रिया के होने पर ही दूसरा क्रिया के होने का बात कही गई है, अतः संकेत वाचक है. See, two sentences are there. यदि तुम मेहनत करोगे, अवश्य सफल हो जाओगे. Two sentences are there. Where यदि is there, अवश्य is there. वाक्य में एक क्रिया के होने पर, one work is done. If one work is done, automatically other work will be done. So, like that, two sentences will be there. Two things, two meanings will be coming there. So, here in this sentence, what is said? यदि तुम मेहनत करोगे तो तुम अवश्य सफल हो जाओगे. If you work hard, you will definitely succeed. मेहनत करना and सफल होना, both are there. So such kind of sentence is संकेत वाचक. What is the definition here? जिस वाक्य में किसी एक क्रिया के होने पर दूसरी क्रिया का होने का संकेत होता है. If one work is done, if by doing one work, the next work also will be done, is suggested by here. So what is the first work? यदि तुम मेहनत करोगे तो सफल हो जाओगे. So one work, if one work is being done, the other work also automatically will be happening. So such kind of things is called संकेत वाचक वाक्य. Okay. So the examples now we will see. See the example. जब मोहन आएगा तब खेलेंगे. When Mohan will come, we will play. That time we will play. When and that. जब तब. अगर तुम जल्दी उठ जाते तो स्कूल के लिए देर नहीं होती. If you had woke up earlier or awaken up earlier, you wouldn't have been late to school. See, one work is, he did not do one work, so he is late. So that work, if that work was done early, then it would not have happened. यदि, third sentence you see, यदि हम थोड़ा और तेज चलते तो बस नहीं छूटती. So here what is the two things mentioned here? One thing is there, they were walking very slowly, so they did not get the bus. So यदि हम थोड़ा और तेज चलते तो बस नहीं छूटती. यदि, if we would have walked little more fast, we wouldn't have missed the bus. So two works. One work was late, so other work also missed. When a sentence points out these two things, it is called संकेत वाचक. संकेत करना. See, one sentence is said, you did not do the work. If you do this work, automatically that will be, other work will be done. तुम जल्दी खाना खाओ, नहीं तो बेल बज जाएगा. You eat fast, otherwise the bell will ring. Okay. So such things are there. You have to see such things. then you can make out the sentence properly. Now the last one. See the last eighth sentence, eighth one. विस्मयादिवाचक वाक्य. See the example. वाह कितना सुंदर बगीचा है. Ha, what a beautiful garden. When wah is coming, what is in English, what we say? Exclamation, isn't it? See, उपर्युक्त वाक्य में हर्ष सूचक भाव का बोध हो रहा है. हर्ष सूचक भाव means harsh. Happiness is being depicted here. So, what is it? विस्मयादि बोचक, विस्मय होना. विस्मयादि बोचक. So, what is the explanation now? जिस वाक्य में आश्चर्य, हर्ष, शोक, घृणा आदि का अर्थ प्रकट हो, वह विस्मयादि बोधक वाक्य कहलाता है. विस्मय सूचक शब्द. So what is the vismay सूचक चिन्ह over there? See the चिन्ह there. You can see that one hyphen and one line and one dot. That is the exclamatory mark. Okay. So in a sentence, when it gives the meaning of happiness, sadness, hatredness, आश्चर्य means surprise, harsh means happiness, shok means dukh, sadness, घृणा means hatredness. When all these things are mentioned in a sentence, it is called what? विस्मयादि बोधक और विस्मयादि वाचक. Okay. जिस वाक्य में आश्चर्य, हर्ष, शोक, घृणा आदि का अर्थ प्रकट हो, वह विस्मयादि बोधक या विस्मय सूचक वाक्य कहलाता है. What is the sign there? One line and one dot down. So that is the mark of the विस्मय सूचक चिन्ह. Okay. So see the examples now. See the examples. अरे इतने बड़े हो गए. Oh, you have grown up too much. आश्चर्य means what? Surprise. क्या मौसम है. हर्ष. Oh, what a climate. छी कितनी गंदगी है. घृणा is coming. छी. When we are saying छी, so that hatred is coming. So कितनी गंदगी है. How dirty it is. छी. What a dirty place it is. See, from the face itself we can make out what kind of sentence it is. So घृणा, harsh, आश्चर्य, all the three sentences. So when in a sentence such things are coming, it is called विस्मयादि सूचक वाक्य. Okay, you understood, no? Now you can make it out, no? What kind of sentence are there? In this, you just see the meaning and the way of presentation, how it is. So I told you now how you are going to identify that. Okay, by the meaning, all the 8 sentences or kinds of sentences are having their own meaning. So when we understand the meaning of it, you can find out all these things. I clearly made it, I clearly explained it, how you will find out. So you have to keep this in your mind and find out. Okay, so how many sentences are there? 8 kind of sentences. What are they? Tell, what are they? We will say once again. See, what are the 8 kinds of sentence? Vidhanvachak, where work is done, isn't it? It suggests the work is going on. Nishedvachak, when there is no. Prashnavachak, question. Agyavachak, order. Ichchavachak, blessings, wish, like that. Then Sandehavachak, doubt, may not be. Sanketvachak. Sanket means one work is done, and if that work is done, automatically the other will be done. So this is pointed out. So that is Sanketvachak. Then Vismayadi Bodhak, Vismayadi Vachak, where exclamation, happiness, sadness, hatredness is depicted. So these are the 8 kinds of sentence that you have to remember, and when the question is coming, you have to find out which is which. Okay. Today we learned अर्थ के आधार पर वाक्यों के भेद. You should be thorough with this. We came to learn how many kinds of sentences are there. 8 sentences are there, and we also learned how to differentiate each sentence according to the meaning. This is very important portions. In our next class, we will be doing more tasks so that you will get more or learn more about it. And plus rest of the grammar classes we will be doing. So until then, bye for now. Keep good health. Take care. We meet in our next class. Bye.